Hello and welcome to another episode of Bolts and Boost, everybody. So, oddly enough, we're working on the truck today. I know the videos on this thing have kind of been few and far between, but I'm going to be concentrating more on specifically this truck. I plan on transforming this into a overland-esque build. I really want to go places with this thing. It's relatively lower mileage. It's 180,000 on this thing. It's a 2.7 liter twin turbo. And every 2.7 TT that I know of in existence, like personally, has gone the distance. Some already have just under 400,000 K. So I know the truck is pretty reliable. And if you know the channel, you know it's been taken care of. All the fluids changed, etc. So without further ado, I got some stuff on the way for this thing. Something just showed up. I kind of wanted to do a one and done video for the two things that were coming. I don't know how I'm going to do that just because we're waiting on one more piece. But the first thing arrived, and this is a new set of running boards. They are way more rugged looking. They take up less space. And by less space, I mean, I don't think, based off the pictures, we'll find out once it's on, it's not as bulky. And they look the part. I don't think they're going to be rock sliders by any stretch of the imagination, you know, like real rock sliders. Just like how my Tremor had, it was, I think it was marketed as rock sliders, but in the end, they're just not. So I think these are going to be the same, but without further ado, let's get them out of the box and check them out. All right, so there's one out of the box, and it does indeed look like it takes up just a little bit less room. So it like basically cuts this like with that angle there. I wouldn't call it heavy duty square tubing, but it's definitely not like aluminum square tubing. It's probably like medium duty, but hopefully the finish lasts. This OEM one, the clear coat's peeling. These were rusty. I just redid those to make them look better. But I decided in the end that it needed new running boards. And who knows what else I could use these for anchor points or what have you. I honestly don't know much about the overlanding stuff, but I'll be learning with you guys, and I guess you'll be watching me. And learn, hopefully, in some regard. But I do got some ditch lights on the way, which I've done before on one of my Tremors that I actually had on the channel. And it's a decent video, so maybe I'll go watch it and follow my own advice, except this truck doesn't have the upfitter switches like the Tremor does. So thankfully, the lights that I bought do. But let's go ahead and throw these suckers on. It's really easy to take these off. There's 2 mounts to the body and 3 bolts per mount. So I'm going to go ahead and just take them off. All right, so I took the OEM running board off. It is a little bit heavier than the new one. The new one does seem more rigid, I guess. But there's just 3 bolts holding each mount onto the body of the truck. And they're 13 millimeter bolts. So really easy to take off. My truck's probably like, what is going on? These have never been taken off. And I took them, this is the second time in like less than a month. So we're going to be outfitting the truck with these new ones here. I'm actually quite impressed with the mounting. It's like 1/4 inch steel. These seem very robust. So if I read the instructions right, and I will include these in the description for you guys as well, so you don't have to worry. This was under 300 bucks. It was like 260 bucks, I want to say. So you get what you pay for, so to speak. But I'm a huge value guy, and spending 1,500 bucks or more on rock sliders, I just didn't want to do for the initial build on this thing. Maybe when I get more extreme, I'll do that. But for now, these $260 running boards will do the trick, I think. They'll provide a little more than I think the OEM one, and they'll look a lot better. So I'm going to go ahead and teach myself how to throw these on. All right, so all three mounts are mounted onto the chassis or the body of the truck. Very easy construction. So you got this one and this one that are the same orientation, and then you got one for each different orientation, the mount at the front. And then I'm gonna go ahead and put the running board on here with a clamp style mount onto these. All right, so the passenger side is loosely on, and so far, like, I am extremely impressed with this price point and what you're getting. You can see that these mounts are like a locking style, so it fits into these two rails, and once it's bolted up, it's clamped together, and there's three of them. And it is adjustable, so you can, you know, I've already moved it quite far back. I'm probably gonna leave it right about there, I think, just because I'm close to the front. And this gives me, if I needed to mount anything over the box, I could. So before it, you know, came out to about there, and I only got a little bit of room here, so I think it looks way better than the factory one. It's not bolted up yet. It does come with torque specs as well, so I'm just gonna go ahead and loosely tighten everything and then torque it down, and we'll see how she looks. All right, so there's the first one, all torqued down to 16 foot-pounds. It says, where did it say? Right here. Torque bolts to 16 to 18 foot-pounds. I just used 16, and it felt really good and tight for me. So I'm gonna go ahead and just do the driver's side, and that will conclude these awesome side steps. If you wanna call them running boards or fake rock sliders, I don't know, but they definitely look the part, and they have way more anchor points and helps you maneuver around the truck when you're on the ground. So big thumbs up from me. One thing I do wanna mention, guys, is just when you're putting these on, just be mindful of the placement. This side is pushed further to the back, about an inch further that way compared to the driver's side. And I actually think the driver's side looks better. And I've maxed out the movement on this side. And I don't know why. I don't know if it's the geometry of like the mounting bracket positions or what, but it's about an inch ahead, and I actually like this side better. Luckily, the other side has room to move forward, and I think I'm gonna do that when I get home. I got an appointment I have to run to, but I'm gonna do that when I get home. So just be mindful. I don't know why it's different though. I tried to find out and I can't figure out why. I noticed when I did put the OEM ones back on after I was done refinishing the brackets that it was a little different too. So it might just be the position of where the mounts are for the truck. But nonetheless, it's on, and you can adjust it so it's the same. It's just the movement in this one. I got tons of room, right? Like I can push this one up an inch, no problem, and just match it to the end of the cab, which is where it is on the other side. So just be mindful. That's what I'm gonna do. All right, so both sides are on. They're all torqued down. This thing does scratch, obviously. So I do recommend you putting it into position where you want it. This side, I actually tried to do that, but this locked up and binded, and it ended up giving it just a little surface scratch there. I'm not too concerned it didn't take the finish off. But overall, I am extremely happy. These things are well worth the $260. I was very weary about getting them, that they would be a thinner steel and you could almost bend it by stepping on it, but like, they are a sturdy piece. I'm shaking the truck just with my foot on there alone. So again, not a rock slider by any stretch, but definitely a nice in between, between those and a nice off-road-esque running board or sidestep, if you will. And it definitely looks the part, goes nice with the black NKs I have on this thing. And that's just the beginning. So I'm gonna leave the video off here. Little bit of pros and cons to, I guess, just my opinion on these. Very good product. For 260 bucks, can't be beat. It came with really good hardware, and the hardware was properly displaced, if you will, for install. So one bag was for the brackets that go onto the chassis of the truck, and then the other bag was for these locks that mount the running board to those mounts. So huge thumbs up to me. I really like when companies put the extra effort in to make the install go easy and smooth, and this was no exception. So yeah, no, I think the pros of this are value, price point, ease of installation. This easily would have took me 30 minutes tops without doing the camera. The only downfall I do see with this, and it's not necessarily a downfall, is, like, it's not a downfall yet. Time will tell how the finish holds up. The finish on this seems to be pretty good, but again, we're going to see how it holds up to rock and debris. The mounts, where they mount, it looked like it was getting chipped already just from shipping, so we'll see how that lasts. But again, it is steel, so everything can be fixed, and if you wanted to reapply a coating, you can. But man, these look really good in the sun. So the only negative I have for these, honestly, right now, and it's an if, it's not even a you know, out of the box issue, is how they're going to hold up to the elements. So time will tell, but for now, 2 major thumbs up. The other one's holding the camera. But if you guys are in the market for these will be in the description below. And I just wanted to give you some insight versus some pictures on Amazon or something. And yeah, no, I really like them. And for 260 bucks, you can't go wrong. Next video will be the ditch light install. Just waiting on the bracketry for that. I got some lights in, and they're actually really nice lights. So as always, hope you guys enjoyed the video. If you did, please give the video a thumbs up. Check out other videos on the channel and subscribe. All right, peace.